Ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings.
Season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Montgomery to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the 27, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Chicago trusted Darnell Mooney to step up and be their top wide receiver, and he gave them a 1,000-yard season in return. They're certainly hoping that a third-year wideout can form a lasting connection with second-year quarterback Justin Fields. Looks like that connection is starting to pay off, this time for a first down.
Now a first down throw, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. On the move past the 40.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Back to throw, Fields.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. The Vikings in 3-1 here through the first 4 games. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Hardman on the return.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. We'll continue to watch the updates in that one as well as the other games going on in Week 5 of the NFL season. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
That's complete to Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Fields on first down. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second down, Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Bears
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Draw play, Fields gives to Montgomery. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Fields. Being chased out left. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they go play action here. Mon looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Off the play fake. Mon. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mon. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the gun, here's Mon. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hardman to return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You've got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On first down, it's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's going to have a first down, and they get in the field goal range here at the 29. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Now Fields. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. 30. 10. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Mond out of the shotgun. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Mond now off of play action. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. They're able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
He's got some breathing room. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one?
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond. Not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To try again after the sack. Mon. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Open man is Thielen, is complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That gain on third down, good for 28. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Cook running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Get quickly to Thielen here. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
Here's Mon. They're going for it. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Here's Mon. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd
To throw again on second down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Now Mon. Hard throw, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On fourth down, Mon. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Joseph connects on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over a first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Montgomery running right. And so there he goes right side. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Mon. Rolling to his right. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. On play action, Fields. This one complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
First down, 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mond looks to throw on first down. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. That second down play nets a -4. The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Bond going to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Ready.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Mond. That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 55 yards. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. And this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one at 62 yards in the air.
All right, Captain, it's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays and find another one into the end zone.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be out right at the 35. 70 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, there's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played. They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Well, here we go on 4th down. Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.